What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Robin Key, and welcome back to the channel. All right, guys. So today I'm gonna share with you guys how I got to this lovely gold trade. I'm actually looking at it now, and it's still going insane, right? However, unfortunately, I've already closed my positions because my target was reached. So step by step, I'm gonna show you everything today. Please do watch until the end. Follow your boy on your other social media platforms. Do like, subscribe, share, and make sure that you comment and tell me what you think about the video. So without wasting any more time, let's jump into the charts. Okay, so um, this is basically how I saw it. As you guys can see already, that the trade is still going crazy, right? Okay, let's see. So taking it back to the 4-hour chart, right? So these are the type of things that I normally look at. So let me just try delete a couple of things here. Let me try. Okay, you can already see those two lines there, all right, and which I'm basically using the horizontal rays to underline my spikes, right? So in this case, I would underline this, but this was already too far, and you can see already that this market from the 29th of June, I'm basically looking for a bullish, right? So I'll show you how I switched from this bullish market to actually scalping the bearish, right? So that's exactly what I did. So I moved on to my 1-hour chart, and I then identified a channel, right? So you can see here, okay, this is from not NFP, but it's from interest rate. So this right here, I wouldn't really count this, right? I didn't count it because I knew that it was influences that were taken by the movement of interest rates, right? So I counted this as my line here. Okay, all right. So I drew my channel something like this, right? Something like that. Okay, so that's how I drew my trend line from this, and this is the channel that I was basically looking at. So obviously price was still playing around these points here, and that's basically where I also started seeing the buying opportunities in this trade, right? And then I moved on to my 15 minutes chart, and this is where you actually see it more clear, right? You see it more clear. I'm looking for buys at this point, and I'm basically looking for the best entry because I'm also looking in breaking this channel right here. But however, I could either I mean there's two options to do it, right? And just keep in mind I'm also trading this account on the 250 challenge that I do, right? So already at this point I'm looking for a break of structure in this area. So I'm looking to get it as quick as possible or as early as possible so I can break with it, and then I can look for more entries, right? So this is what I was looking at right here. This is what I was looking at, the breakout here, right? Come and retest, and then that. This is basically what I was looking at, right? And what I was hoping to do is get an opportunity here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, but before I just get into that, so this is basically what I was looking at when I was analyzing this chart, right? And at this point here, I had marked this area as my my support area, and this is where I was actually looking for the buys, because I actually took this trade on the first trade that I took, which obviously it broke even. Actually, it didn't blow, it broke even. So I'll share with you guys screenshots of that. It broke even. So what I did here is I took a buy here, obviously because the trade has basically came back, gave me a double bottom here, a double top here, and then came back down here to give me a double bottom. And looking at the overall of the market, it is a bullish market. So I was looking for buyers, right? So at this point, I got into a trade. As soon as I saw this rejection stick here, let's zoom in so that you can actually see what's happening here. So as soon as I saw this candle, this rejection candle and the engulfing candle, that's exactly when I started taking the buy, right? And my buy looked something like this. It looked something like this, which my stop loss would have been around that area, and my TP was looking to be around this area. So which is basically a 4.8% or 4.8 ratio, right? So that's what I was looking at, and that's the trade when I entered that trade. So as you can see, it went into profits as soon as it closed up to this area here, and now it was going towards the New York session opening. I immediately moved my stop loss to here because I know that what the market does, right? And this is what I was basically looking for, because should this have resulted the way it did, I was going to then look for another buying setup here after the retest, obviously. Buying setup here to something like that, obviously depending on what the chart would have done here. Then I was looking at this setup here to at least eat it twice, right? So now when I moved my stop loss to entry point, and then I got this long bearish candle, right, coming back to my trend line. And I mean, literally at that point I realized that, you know what, this market might actually be giving me something different. And what is that something different? Okay, so I'm looking at this right here. Right? This would be some sort of a head and shoulder for me, right? This would be some sort of a head and shoulder for me. And this would definitely be my neck, and this would be my TP, right? It would make sense if you look at it like that, right? I think I also saw it on an hour time frame. I think it was 13 minutes. Exactly. So you see, it is more clear now. It's not the textbook head and shoulder, but it looks like a head and shoulder pattern. So the moment on my 15 minutes chart, when I saw this big bearish candlestick here, I went for sales. I took it for sales. And I mean, again, this trade was not a losing trade, you know, it was break-even trade. So it was okay for me to actually switch up and say, you know what, I'm taking the sales for this. I can see the market is pretty much failing to break these highs here. It's returning with the long engulfing bearish stick. So I'm going to take sales, and I'm going to risk this 250 Rand for basically this outcome right here. And this is exactly where I took my take profits. That's exactly where I took my take profits. I closed the chart there. It wasn't a 1:3.6 ratio because with that account I closed up at around 1,000 Rand, which, as you can see on the screenshot, right? Could I have held it longer? Of course you can. Look exactly at where this chart is currently. I mean, if I was not chasing my initial target, I would have actually held this trade all the way to here, all the way to this point, because chances is that it's actually going to come back and test this area right here. Or because I did say that this area was probably a spike, it was probably just taking out the buyers, the buyers actually. You could have actually marked a new area as this right here. It's more relevant because it has actually came back to retest at this point here. So you could have marked this area to here, and then your take profit could have actually been here, with chances looks like it's actually gonna hit it. All right, so easy peasy. It's things that you actually see in the market. It's things that the more attention you pay in the market, is the more these opportunities present themselves, and it becomes easier for you to capitalize on them. All right, because if I didn't pay the attention, I would have still been on the buy. I would have been taken out here on break even, and I would have missed this entire move. I mean, I'm still missing out, because if if I just trailed my stop loss, this would never happen. But I don't really like doing that, especially if I didn't make profits on my earlier trades, because then the New York session, normally when it opens, it spikes. It does quite some spikes. So it would go all the way down and then come back up and break even and then continue pushing down or even change direction. Because after all, remember, this market was bullish. So I didn't want to take that chance. As soon as my target was hit, I closed my trades. All right. And it's one of the things that you guys need to take notes, and you guys need to start following that plan as well. Okay, guys, so that's basically what I did, guys, and that's how I saw the trades. So it's nice, simple, straightforward, and just pay attention on the chart that you're willing to trade for the day. And just another thing, because I'm getting a lot of questions of the type of broker that I'm using, what strategies am I using for this 250 account, right? So the risk is straightforward. If you have 1,000 Rand, you split it, right? And you risk the entire account because your initial deposit is not in the trading account. So that's basically what I do. Secondly, the broker that I use, right? I don't think it is the broker that it's making me or making the strategy work, as long as you get a good broker. But the important part is that it should at least give you 100% bonus, right? Because that would then allow you to enter trades. I wouldn't advise you to entirely use the leverage, because that would affect the trading and the movements of the trade, but rather get a bonus just so that your equity is a bit bigger, so that you can enter more trades in that account, right? So that's basically what I'm doing. So the reason why I'm using the broker that I'm using now is because when I deposit 250, then my equity becomes $500, because it gives me an additional credit of 250. However, it does not blow on 500 then. Keep that in mind. It will blow on your balance, not your equity. So the credit is literally just for you to be able to open positions or equivalent to an account that's worth 500 Rand. Simple, straightforward. Strategy, straightforward price action. Everything that I'm sharing with you now, it's exactly what I'm using. There's no secrets, there's no hidden information. Everything that I'm using right now, I'm giving to you right now, is exactly what I'm using. All you just need to do is follow that plan, is find your own candlesticks that are going to work out for you. Okay, your own candlesticks and your trading style. This is why you should then go watch my other video where I explain more of compiling a trading plan. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on my other social media platforms. Keep killing the trading, and I'll see you guys on the next video.